Miss Mo LeBeau, one half of the probably world-famous Desperado Detective Agency, is back. She and her fellow desperado, Dale, went famous for about a week over the summer when they solved a murder in their hometown of Tupelo Landing, population 148 minus 1, murdered. Now, 6th grade has started and it's back to being regular. But regular doesn't come easy to a girl like Mo. So, when her beloved Miss Lana makes an accidental bid at the Tupelo auction and winds up the mortified owner of an old inn with an unidentified ghost in the fine print, Mo's itching to take the case. Plus, a historical ghost might make for some much-needed extra credit in history. Who's haunting the old inn, and why? The Desperado detectives set out to solve their second big case, only to find the inn might not be the only thing in Tupelo Landing haunted by the past. With some unexpected help from the slick new kid in town, Harm Crenshaw, as in Bond, James Bond, Mo and Dale discover the truth about a lot of things, even themselves. Hi cottagers, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Books and Baking. Today I am cooking some apple strudel or apple crumble, just kind of depends on where you're at in the world as to what you would call this. And we're also talking about Ghosts of Tupelo Landing. This book was so stinking cute. I was hesitant to read this one because I have never actually read the first book in the series. But I had seen all over the place people saying that you do not have to, and I stand by that. I went into this not knowing anything about any of the characters, anything about Tupelo Landing itself, and I still had a wonderful, wonderful time with this book. I keep recommending it to anyone and everyone that I talk to because it was just a good, wholesome little book. It is a middle grade book. So a lot of people are probably going to be a little turned off by that, but I really feel like you need to just give this one a chance. We are following Mo LeBeau and her little sidekick Dale, and they could not be more opposite when it comes to their personalities, how they interact with people, anything along those lines. And it is so funny to see them talk with people or have conversations with different kids in their class or just with each other. It is such a wild ride just listening to them. Mo LeBeau is this spunky, larger-than-life character. She has so much to say and she has so much knowledge, but she's only in 6th grade. And so it's funny to see her as this little child in 6th grade who also just has this wild imagination and is a very quick-witted little girl. Then Dale is absolutely terrified of everything, which is really funny whenever they're actually there to be solving this haunting that's happening at this inn that was purchased by one of their really close friends. I loved reading about these two and seeing that, as it stated, there was a lot of truth that was discovered about everyone that was involved, and so it allowed these characters to grow, but also they just got into all kinds of mayhem, and it was so funny. I loved it. I do have to say, I recommend listening to the audiobook of this while reading, because when I first started reading this book, I was only reading it just by the book. But then whenever I learned that they actually have an audiobook for it, I got the audiobook for it, and I was pleasantly surprised with just how Southern it became. I did not put two and two together when I first was reading it until I heard the narrator actually speaking with a very Southern accent. And it just made the book even better. I'm telling you, I was rolling at the amount of things that they said that were so Southern that I didn't understand. But they made the book even better. It truly did just make it, like I said earlier, a very wholesome book that should be added to everybody's reading list. This is one that I plan on keeping. That way I can actually read this with Piper when she gets a little bit older. But it's also one that the cover is stunning. For a middle grade book, it is stunning. I absolutely love the cover of this book. So you're following Mo and you're following Dale, and then of course they end up meeting Harm Crenshaw. Harm Crenshaw is also a character whose development is so beautiful to watch and also very funny to watch, because this is just a very funny book. But it's such a sweet journey with the three of them and learning about the ghost that is at Tupelo Landing, how the past of this ghost still affects people today. And not necessarily in a haunting way, but just the truth of what happened to her and how she was involved with the town before her passing. So I highly recommend this book. I don't think you could go wrong by reading it. I believe that your bookshelf is going to be leveled up by adding this one to your collection. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And if you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.